Crab. Crabs belong to a group of animals that have hard shells and jointed legs. They use their 5 pairs of legs for swimming in the water and walking when they are on the shore. They also use their legs for grabbing their food. They have 2 pairs of tentacles, or feelers, and their eyes are on the end of small stalks. If a crab loses one of his legs, it's not a problem. He will just grow a new one. Dolphin. Dolphins are mammals that cannot breathe underwater, so they never dive too deep into the ocean. Every few minutes, they must come to the surface and breathe air through a blowhole on the top of their heads. They live in pods, which are groups that swim, play, and hunt together. Dolphins like to jump out of the water, and some can jump more than 16 feet in the air. They are smart animals that communicate through clicks, whistles, and squeals. Fish. There are over 15,000 kinds of fish that live in the sea, and many of them spend their lives in school. When they swim together in big groups, it is called a school of fish. The bodies of most fish are covered with scales, which are bony plates that overlap. While you and I can't breathe underwater, that's the only place fish can. They breathe through gills, which takes the oxygen out of the water as it passes through them. Lobster. When you think of sea animals, you think of swimmers, don't you? Well, a lobster lives in the ocean, but doesn't actually swim. Lobsters have 10 legs and a pair of rather scary-looking pincers, and walk along the seabed. When something frightens them, they can shoot backwards quickly to find a hiding place under rocks. They come out at night to eat dead animals on the ocean floor. Octopus. There are more than 150 different kinds of octopus. The giant octopus is the biggest of them all, with 8 tentacles that are nearly 16 feet long. When an octopus sinks down into the ocean, it looks like a huge rubber flower. It swims backwards by sucking in seawater and then siphoning it back out. When an octopus is trying to hide, its color will change from reddish-brown to the dark or light shade of its surroundings. Seahorse. The seahorse is one of the most interesting creatures in the ocean, with a face like a horse and a tail like a monkey. Like the octopus, a brown or black seahorse can hide from predators by changing colors. Seahorses live along the floor of the sea, in the grass beds, coral reefs, or amidst the roots of trees in shallow water. They do not travel in schools, but spend their time alone or with a mate. Unlike most other creatures, the fathers are the ones to give birth to the babies. Sea lion. Sea lions have finned feet, which makes it easy for them to swim in the water and walk on the land, where they spend most of their time. They can even climb cliffs. Sea lions have brown fur and lots of fat, called blubber, which keeps them warm when swimming in cold water or floating on top of the ice. They are very fast swimmers and can dive very deep because they can hold their breath for up to 9 minutes. Sea otter. Sea otters are playful animals that love to swim but cannot breathe underwater. They are the smallest of marine mammals and one of the only animals that can use tools. They use hard shells or rocks as hammers. To stay on the surface of the water while they sleep, sea otters wrap themselves in kelp. They have the thickest fur of any animal. Shark. Unlike dolphins, Sharks are actually fish. There are over 350 kinds of sharks, with the smallest growing to only 6 inches long and the largest reaching an astonishing 60 feet long and weighing 15 tons. Sharks are the top predators in the ocean and have to keep swimming all the time in order to breathe. Unlike most other fish, they have smooth scales. Starfish. This spiny-skinned fish has lots of sharp spines on its body. Most have 5 arms, but some have more than 30 arms. Starfish cannot see, but they can sense darkness and light, and will tend to move away from bright light. Their tiny pincers clamp onto rocks as they crawl along the ocean floor in search of something to eat. Stingray. Looking like a bird when it swims, a stingray flaps its pectoral fins up and down as it glides through the water. Most stingrays stay near the bottom of the sea where they can blend in, although some will swim near the surface of the water. A stingray has a long tail with a spine that has many sharp poison-bearing points. Its eyes are on the top of its body, and its mouth is on the bottom. Turtle. Sea turtles are travelers. They can swim thousands of miles just to reach a nesting place. They use their flippers as shovels and dig nests on the beach where they lay their eggs. They are reptiles, which means they breathe through lungs and not gills. But they can stay underwater for up to 5 hours. Unlike land turtles, sea turtles cannot hide in their shells. Whale. A whale is a mammal that spends its whole life in the water. Since whales are warm-blooded, they have to migrate to warmer waters each year in order to maintain a constant body temperature. The largest whale is the baleen whale, which can weigh up to 160 tons. A baby baleen whale can drink up to 100 gallons of milk from its mother every day. Scientists believe whales are guided by a magnetic force within them. The ocean is a fascinating place with lots of interesting creatures. I hope you enjoyed learning all about the many different types of sea animals in the ocean. Some are fish, some are reptiles, and some are mammals. Which of the sea animals is your favorite? This was an iStorybooks presentation. Become a fan at facebook.com/iStorybooks.